You should think back to the period when you desired more. Do you remember the times when you were surrounded by folks who did not have faith in you? When you were honest with yourself? Do you remember the moment when you gave up on the potential of the uniqueness that you had inside? Keep in mind that there was a period when you complained a lot, but did very little to change the situation. Eventually, you will reach a point in your life where you will have to acknowledge that there is a little bit more work that has to be handled, rather of simply expressing dissatisfaction with it. If you are not willing to put in the effort required to take advantage of the first opportunity that has been presented to you, you need to come to terms with the fact that you do not have any more opportunities waiting for you. Therefore, there's no reason for you to complain, because you do not have a lot of time left. You're not even in a position to lodge a complaint about this. If you are not willing to venture outside of your comfort zone, you need to figure out that there must be another thought about you. And you need to comprehend that there must be something even more significant and demanding waiting for you. Finally, you need to realize that there must be something else waiting for you. If you are not willing to understand the concepts and the potential that you have within yourself, then all that you're thriving for, everything that you're hungry for, will soon come to an end. At this point, I'm not here to give you a sermon on the subject. My purpose in being here is to inform you that there are events taking place in the vicinity of you at this very moment. Rojimas Bisibe are more significant than your constant grumbling. Despite the fact that you moan about a great deal, you do not take any action. Suppose you had the opportunity to switch places with someone right now, and the person you're exchanging places with might be going through something that is a little bit more challenging than what you are at the moment experiencing in your life. At this very time, there are a great number of individuals in this globe who are suffering from a great number of problems. Yet, you are whining about it. You continue to moan, despite the fact that there are a great number of people in this globe who really wish they could be in your position right now. There is no way that you have the right to just give up, because you have things that need to be done, and only certain people are qualified to take it to the level that it needs to be taken. You do not have the right to just throw in the towel and say that it is over for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that the reason that you are existing in this world right now is because you have things that need to be done. The second reason is that there should never be any restrictions placed on the location that you are looking for, as well as the distance that you are willing to travel and the amount of distance that you are willing to go. People have a tendency to become a little bit lethargic at times. Some people like to put themselves in this tiny box and just state that they are okay with where they are. This is something that they do occasionally. There is no such thing as a simple yes, all right? Whenever it comes to everything that pertains to that life, there should never be a mindset that is simply complacent. But how do we progress? Just how do you progress? How does one develop? There's one thing to keep in mind about success. There will be a lot of challenges. There are going to be a lot of obstacles. And there are going to be a lot of things that you may not even bother to have an understanding of. You, however, need to return to the point where it all began. For the reason that you cannot satiate your hunger with negative energy, you should remember the times when you want more. Having a pessimistic outlook will not help you develop. Your lack of confidence will not provide you with the power that you require. You have to reach a point in your life when you have to acknowledge that there are things that are occurring that are putting you to the test, because you are being tested. Additionally, it is possible that you are currently in a situation in which you feel that you are broken, or that you're going to be broken in the near future. However, I am here to inform you ladies and gentlemen, that you are constructed to last for a very long time. It is my intention to inform you that you no longer have the authority to complain about anything. The reason I am here is to tell you that you must continue to live and to continue to live with strength. Challenge you to give a visit to the hospital in your neighborhood. And if you have the opportunity to walk down those corridors and see so many different people of different ages, people of different ethnicities, and each of these people are fighting something, they are dealing with some kind of illness, and some of these illnesses they may not be able to recover from, then you will have witnessed a lot of different people. In a community where there are a lot of individuals who are homeless and have nowhere to go, no food to eat, and scarcely even clothes on their backs, I defy you to take a stroll through that neighborhood. I dare you to consider the possibility that perhaps you are overthinking the situation. When all is said and done, perhaps it is time for you to acknowledge that the problems you are experiencing are not as severe as you think they are. It's possible that you finally come to the conclusion that you need to remove yourself from the drama that's going on in your life. It is time for you to stop chasing after sorrow and begin pursuing your ambitions instead. It is not the time for you to waste by setting yourself back instead of pushing yourself forward, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, you should reconnect with yourself, since this is not the moment for you to waste. There's a great deal that you have to offer, a great deal that you have to give, and a great deal that you have to do. Nevertheless, if you do nothing and wait for it to happen, it will remain in a state of neutrality. You have to energize the desire that you currently possess, which you formerly possessed. You are so concerned about other things. You should ask yourself if it is helping you improve. Have you reached a higher level? To what extent are you going to go further, or are you simply being complacent? Complaining, worrying, and engaging in activities that are not beneficial to your health are all examples of complacency. Are you going to come to the realization that climbing that mountain might require a little bit more effort than simply having things handed to you? Are you going to be the kind of person who comes to the realization that even if and when you attain the highest point on the mountain, things do not end there? Figure out a different approach to achieve even greater heights. To begin carrying out the tasks that you are required to carry out, you must first electrify yourself and acquire all of the things that are essential within you. With that in mind, when the time comes, you will be able to throw open that door and go forward toward the possibilities of being the best version of who you truly are. It is important to remember not to lose yourself or the things that are not going to provide you with the power and the ability to comprehend that you are important for something. Don't let fear and anxiety consume you. Avoid getting lost in self-doubt entirely. Have the courage to improve oneself. Dare yourself to be somebody who is not like anybody else, and dare yourself to be the best prospect that the world has not yet seen.